Alright, we have Justice League Annual 4 today. The comic which introduced Justice League Antarctica. This comic continues the adventures of the buffoon super baddies called the Injustice League, who debuted in this issue here. And we have looked at a bunch of their cringy comedy stories since. And this one is some more of that. It is filled with all the same Abbott and Costello inspired back and forths that have dominated the previous appearances of this team and the bulk of this run on Justice League. Who is on first? Stuff like that. It's tolerable for a few pages, but it quickly becomes tiresome and annoying. Nobody takes anything seriously, and maybe I am the one in the wrong for wanting some seriousness in a story starring Justice League Antarctica. These baddies are so down on their luck and embarrassing that they have gone to the job centre to get job seekers allowance, or the American equivalent, but I'm not saying social. It sounds like I'm talking about working men's pubs. So the Injustice League decide to pull one last job so that they didn't have to sign on the dole any longer. But as we have seen, they are all grossly incompetent laughingstocks of the world of super peoples. Here they are in costume, and I have griped before that some of them were taken seriously before they were made into jokes. They could never be taken seriously as a threat or as characters again after they were all remodeled into losers in these Justice League International books. And I'll give them credit. They allowed one panel of the comic to show them looking moderately cool. They have gone to steal a diamond from a gala party thingy at a museum, but they have been beaten to the punch by some generic foreign terrorists. They get mistaken for superheroes, and the bit that might let you take these characters a bit more seriously isn't shown. The bit where they beat off the terrorists and are successful at summit. Instead, we learn about that the next morning when they are in the newspaper for saving the day. And so the six of them come to the conclusion that they should become heroes because some of them liked the thrill and acceptance, and some of them see it as an end to make money. So the leader of the Injustice League gans to the Justice League's headquarters, pictured here, and he sells himself and the rest as redemptive heroes wanting to help out. And I quite like this scene in all truthfulness. There is some sincere characterization going on here, besides it being through setups and payoffs to jokey banter. Max Power, the sinister sleazoid who is organising and running the Justice League. He accepts their offer as a means of getting them out of the way. He comes up with the idea of making them the Justice League's official new Antarctic branch, and he has them all stationed there to keep them out of their air. Speaking of air, not only that, but Max Power, he also sees it as an opportunity to get rid of another character that has been trying his patience. Gnort, the goofy, over-eager, dog-esque Green Lanterns, who they all think is useless. So the team, they get set up and they kind of quickly lose interest in things, but the real Justice League members find the entire concept hilarious. I'm glad someone is laughing. They are all ruddy bored though, and they are freezing their arses off. And Gnort is the only one who is really enthusiastic about being a hero here. Gnort, he finds an abandoned base hidden away in the Arctic, and I admit, Gnort is a charming character. The way he is written is more endearing than the non-stop barrage of comedy routines that everyone else suffers from. So Gnort, he returns to the rest of the team with what he has found in that base. And on this next page is exactly where I really switched off. We have an appearance from the Scarlet Skier, a stupid Silver Surfman rip-off pastiche thing, who Gnort has talked into joining the new team. And we have this thing developing with the hidden base and the experiments that went on there, and the real Justice League getting formed of it, as it might be serious, and they want to deal with it themselves without the Antarctic team. And the big threat is we have killer penguins. The thing with these Justice League International comics is they are readable. When you read them, you get invested and you care, and the stories didn't seem that out there, but when you come to think on them, they seem really terrible. I ended this early because it is an annual and there was killer penguins, but story-wise, I will say it follows the expected conventions, and we do get to see these characters score a victory of sorts, but the comedy too often becomes overbearing and grating, and I hate farce comedy. I truly cannot stand farce comedy. I think farce comedy is the third worst thing to happen to comedy. And the second worst is improv. And the worst is Count Dankula's Wikipedia page saying that he is a comedian. On the plus side, the next comic with these characters I have for us to look at, as them nearly all die, So I'll give this 7 thumbs up.